Hi, the pitiful amount of so-called affordable housing, and more importantly, social housing here in London, is going to be curtailed. This is all to do with the power of the property developers who, for the construction of private and luxury developments, is far more lucrative. Also, this is due to the Labour government kowtowing before them in order to meet their fantasy target of building 1.3 million homes, many of which will deliberately remain empty, accumulating value for overseas investors who've purchased them off plan. If ever there was a case for something to be declared a national emergency, it's the housing situation, where in London it's estimated you'd have to be earning, pre-tax, £40,000 per annum just to afford a one-room private let. Government prefers to spend its revenue on useless projects that cost tens of billions and never get completed as costs escalate, or military follies such as a £250 million fighter aircraft that will never see combat, the nuclear deterrent, subsidising the Ukraine war, running a gigantic bureaucracy that fails to deliver anything except its own expansion. And the list is endless and stretches into infinity, and is riddled with corruption. In parts of London, such as Whitechapel, for any kind of market rental, buying is just an impossibility. You'd be competing with the international well-off who can afford rents of £5,000 a month plus to live in the uppydromes, or migrant workers, legal or illegal, employed in the black economy, paying £100 a week each to live 10 to a flat in H.M.Os, some official, many otherwise, the so-called rogue landlords, the norm rather than the exception. What with over the last few years, well over 3 million migrants, only a minority arrive in dinghies, settling here, it's only added to the pressure on housing at the bottom of the social and economic pyramid. The overall pressure is becoming unbearable. Inflation, growing unemployment, deadly competition at the bottom for shrinking resources as Labour councils proceed with their policies of social cleansing. And the Labour government only serves the interests of the middle classes and the rich, in which it is truly international. The same applies to all other parliamentary parties of whatever complexion. Social housing should be the number one priority for the left, but they've abandoned all working class interests for their own brand of identity politics, Palestine, and shouting refugees are welcome here. Sooner or later there will be a reckoning, but it won't be one that many of us would approve of. The frustrations eventually leading to the election of a right-wing populist government, which means a more authoritarian state. But it doesn't have to be that way, really, does it? Bye.